Warrior,
well done.
he wants a little press conference.
Oh, why wouldn't he? he's leading the old Alfie Brown Award, so keep going. Got a good week, Damo.
This is a chance, of course, to knock off some of the issues kicking around.
No, it is. It's not trying to knock off heads here. It's just to get some footy issues out there. JB, Jeff Kennet had another crack at trying to get a couple of clubs to merge. I think he's done it 17 or 25 times in the past couple of years. This week it was Melbourne and North Melbourne. As president of one of those two clubs, what do you take out of an ex-president who knows how hard it is to get a club up, making that suggestion?
Bill asked me during the week on the Rush Hour, and I said the beauty of going well as a club off-field, and North Melbourne is $1 million off debt and 32,000 members, or just a tick under, and we'll break the record for membership at North Melbourne this year. The beauty of all of that is that it stops people saying this rubbish. I said to Bill, I reckon it's got to be nearly 6 months since I've had to deal with either merger or relocation, which has got to be a North Melbourne record in the last 20 years. So that is wonderful. It's a great sign that things are starting to go in the right direction at the club, and we're very aware of that. So I think, we prefer to focus on the positives rather than rubbish like that. It's an insult to our club. It's an insult to Garry's club, and the less oxygen it gets, the better.
Having said that, if it happened, I'd have to run for president.
Well, I think you'd be a good vice president, Gary. You'd be a good vice president.
Give it a
run
bit
around
of
and
a little
Imagine
bit
that. Imagine Lion versus Brayshaw, or is it presidential?
only one winner there.
I love that.
Don't have to be a
winner.
debate.
I'd
You'd
That'd be a
actually,
good news story.
I could finish it in 3 minutes.
Only one
How?
winner.
How? What would you be your
Just some
platform?
discerning leaking of information.
Oh! All right, that would see me in a little bit of trouble.
you could actually make a show out of that, like the debate. You know,
Wouldn't
the
it?
politicians leading into an election.
Be fantastic.
Mind you, I've got my own
Fantastic.
stuff on.
Would any skeletons come out of the closet?
I reckon what we'd need to do is go out the back.
Call a truce.
And call a truce and both lay down our guns. Because there's no winner in that.
And who'd come out as president?
Don McClarty.
Joel Bowden is going to speak to the Coaches Association, Danny, about the use of the interchange, and it's in light of the Luke Breust KO by Brodie Mutton last week.
Yeah.
Now, for those who haven't caught up with it, Brodie Mutton came off the bench, and Luke Breust had no reason to think he was there, or maybe should have thought he was there, but he didn't, and got absolutely cleaned up. I don't see anything we can do about this as a game, but yet Joel Bowden, who in his capacity for the AFL, will be speaking to you as to what maybe can be done. What are you going to tell him?
Well, look, you have to get the collective viewpoint of the coaches. I think about June 8th there's a meeting with about 4 or 5 of the coaches who will speak to the other clubs as well. Not only coaches, clubs. I don't think there's a lot that can be done with that, Damo, other than you're not allowed to come on the ground for balls in that area. Like, it's just...
But you can't legislate on
No,
that.
I know
the ball
that.
darts around.
I know that, but one thing you can have a look at is the occupational health and safety of the players. We don't want to see that. It was just...
As unfortunate as it
is,
is, does Bruce just have to have an awareness for that possibility?
No, he doesn't, because you want players to have their eyes on the ball, but we wouldn't want to see too many incidents like that, Damo, over the next 12 months.
Damo, I reckon the only thing, and Spud and Gaz input into this, the only thing I reckon they might take a look at is if coaches start holding on to their players.
Yep.
So in other words, leaving 17 on the field for a period of time so that they can strategically drop the player on. And at that point, I reckon the AFL might turn around and go, you must, within a certain amount of time...
Have you seen that happen this year?
Oh, absolutely.
This was raised a year ago, and nothing was done about it.
Is it
And
going to be
I tell you,
done now, Gary?
what?
Does it need to be done?
Who raised it a year ago?
Oh,
Gary?
it doesn't matter who raised it, but it happened last night. The player was held back.
For how long?
Not for the means of trying to knock someone
No,
over.
never
but
to knock someone out.
more
More
strategic change of direction going forward. I reckon it might have been Jack Anthony.
And for how long?
Well, I don't know how long.
15 seconds.
But there's no... When it was raised, the point was made that a player can come off the ground and the other bloke can sit there for as long as he wants.
Please
All right, you
get a
raised
locked
this
off
12 months
camera
ago.
into this studio. Just
Why?
that's what we need
Put it on.
to really
You raised it.
display
It
the
does.
sort of
It
behaviour.
doesn't matter who raised it.
Why are you standing up pointing at your
It
chest?
doesn't matter who put it on the agenda.
Real look at me behaviour.
No, it's not.
Need
You
to
come up with something the
expose-
year after someone raised it.
Sick of Warrior getting all the bloody
I don't know.
blame this week.
What?
You want a bit of me time.
Spike, that's what he wants. Spike McVeigh outside, so we better get to the break. This is the footy preview for Momentum Energy.
12
the
months
positive energy
Bringing up
in
old
football.
stuff. Come on, man. Get up with it.
Listening to the footy
12 months ago,
preview
he's-
for Momentum Energy. Just had a text from Damien Drum saying, tell your woolly mate that I did it 12 years ago.
I'm not
He did
saying...
in a state game. He did it.
12 years ago.
He did it.
That's how long after
Of course
he
he
caught up
did
with
it.
He hit a guy behind a goalpost.
No, he did
in a
it.
state game,
I'm
Garry.
not saying I did it, and none of them saying I the one who commented on it. Anyway, enough about that old stuff that you're trying to reheat.